Morning folks, I just want to do an update for members. I'm going to go through this very quickly. We've got the Forex majors here, Euro, Pound, Dollar Yen, Euro Yen, Swiss Yen, and the Dollar Index. Dollar Index is still trapped inside this box. There's not much we can say about it, but I do want to point out we've got a sort of megaphone pattern here. This is the daily chart, but to have a look at this, you can imagine an expanding top and an expanding bottom. If we break out through the top of this box, we should reach a little higher, 104, maybe 104.30. And if we really get going, we might need another step up similar to this one and get up into this green zone or up into these resistance levels. We don't have any positions on the Forex majors. Look at the Euro 4-hour chart, another megaphone forming there. We've also got one on the Dollar Yen on the top right. We're short the Dollar Yen and we're short the Swiss Yen. Swiss Yen's broken out of its channel. Dollar Yen now forming this megaphone, which means we may have to go even higher. If I zoom out, you can see where the megaphone top might reach the 150 region. The 150 region is the first set of order blocks, and then we got another one slightly higher, 150, 130. With a bit of luck, we won't have to get up there, and we'll fail to reach the megaphone top, and we'll carry on moving down. Looks a little bit weak today, starting off, and that's the 4-hour chart. And remember, at some stage, the price has got to break out of the megaphone, and before it breaks out, it's going to fail one side. Perhaps we've failed to reach the top, and we'll break the bottom. Let's watch it very carefully, but we are short. Right, stocks. I'm looking to sell NASDAQ. This is the 4-hour chart. Look what we've got going on there. On the daily chart, you can see we had this wick high. That's the first indication of a potential top. I'm looking for rallies to 17,500 to 17,600. The tops are the bodies of these two candles to sell into, and let's see how we go. We're short on NVIDIA. Have a look at the trade log for that. We have nothing on SPX. We're also short on Apple. Notice that Apple had a 3 white soldier advancing pattern, followed by an advanced block. We formed a wick high at that advanced block, and we have not managed to close above that high on a daily basis. That's at 195.20. We remain short on Apple. If you want to read some of my thoughts about Tesla, please have a look at my tweet on X. Generally, I've got this path penciled in, and if we continue along the same path, we could get something like this. We had a 5% drop after earnings yesterday, which were disappointing. It's not reflected on this chart yet, and I think we're just a fraction below 200 currently. I'm also looking to sell a firm today on any rallies. We may have a flat bottom break. Credit card squeezes are becoming a reality, and I think credit card companies are going to struggle. Not so much the banks, though, because they get away with murder. Quick note on gold. Nothing's changed. We're going sideways across the page. We're long on gold. Hopefully this will rally, but I'll continue to buy dips. We've got plenty of ammo available on gold. Silver, I don't know. I think we could follow this sort of path. Pause the video, pencil those levels in. This is just an idea so far, and this is developing. I think silver's got some weakness ahead of it, and we could get down to just above $20. We're long on uranium on URA, and I'm willing to buy dips as long as we stay within this channel, and actually even down to about 24 and possibly even $20, but I don't think we're going to get that low. We're long from the mid 29s, so let's see how we go. I'm waiting for a chance to buy UEC as well when we get down to this level, if we get down to that level. And that would be around about $6.50 to $6.80, somewhere around about the 50-period moving average, this horizontal line, and this rising trend line. Some commodities. We're long on soybean. That's really just gone sideways for the last couple of days, but looking good. We're looking to sell sugar into this zone here. I put a tweet up on X on that as well. We've got the 200-period moving average, the 61.8% Fibonacci level, this order block up here, and the 100 slightly above it, plus the channel bottom. I think if we do get up into this level, we'll have a chance at least a short-term pullback. But generally, I think sugar's going to go a lot lower, and any opportunities to sell up into this area might be pretty good. US cocoa, after that very nasty spike up a couple of days ago, stopped us out. And we'll be looking to resell this depending on how this plays out over the next couple of days. Looking at the 4-hour chart, you can see we've got a very steady and sturdy trend line. That's just too neat. There's the 20-period moving average, the 50, the 100, and the 200. And I'm hoping for cocoa to get back down to its 200. I'm not much of a mean reversion trader. Very often the moving averages catch up to the price rather than the other way around. But in this case, we're so far away from the 200 that I think we've got a good chance of a little bit of a pullback. Natural gas, I've just put these tweets up on X. I'm long from $2.39. The rollover's tomorrow, so anything can happen. The delta between the February and the March price has now expanded a wee bit again. As you can see from the futures table that I just put up in my members area. As at the time of recording, we're at 277 on the Feb contract and 231 on the March contract. So the difference between the two contracts has actually increased a bit again. And we have about 24 hours before these are going to adjust and catch up and deal with the rollover. And of course, that's followed by the weekend, which often gaps. So I'm not taking any fresh positions until the rollover is complete. And that will be on Monday. So there we are, 277 on the Henry Hub. And on the natural gas ETF over at Orlando, the price is at 256. Remember, the March contract's at 231, so this is all going to get quite exciting as we approach the rollover. We don't have anything on wheat. This remains my projected path, and we're long on WTI from about $70. This is the path I'm aiming for on WTI. We'll take profit up into 80 to 84, and then look to reverse the direction of this trade for a move back down into the 60s and maybe 50s. Right, now onto the penultimate page. Bitcoin, we're long from 39,600, our average price. We're now at 40,100. I have already put a couple of videos and tweets up on Bitcoin giving you my general strategy on this, but so far so good. Coinbase, I think, is going to continue to struggle. We've been selling Coinbase, waiting for another rally back up into the 20-period moving average, perhaps up to 145 or to 147 to sell. And then the VIX and the VIXY, I'm not trading the VIX because I can't. I'm trading the VIXY and I'm long on the VIXY. If we do see the markets continue to come off today, we should see VIX and VIXY pick up. And finally, on the dollar South African rand and the pound South African rand, I've given my thoughts on these as well. I'm basically looking to buy. I'm always long on these pairs, either physically or electronically, as I keep on saying. If we switch across to the weekly charts on both of these, you can see the pound's broken out of its consolidation pattern, looking to move up. I'll continue to buy dips. I think we may have to get back down below that trend line just to stop out a few hands there. And the rand dollar has not yet broken out of its weekly triangle. So expect some pullbacks potentially down to this trend line. With a bit of luck, we can hold above around about 18 rands to the dollar. Have a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you soon.